I've got something really interesting to share with you. Weird money machine stolen from big name guru cracks the $1 million a year code and delivers up to $198,016 every month for anyone who can click their mouse 7 times. Listen very carefully. If you're looking for a quick, simple and workable way of making some extra money, then pay very close attention. Over the next few minutes, this video is going to change your life. In fact, you'll see how right now. You're just 7 clicks and 1 minute and 47 seconds away from an endless, idiot-proof recurring income. Look at just one of my systems in action. This one pulls in over $20,000 a month. And here's another one that is currently banking an impressive $30,000 a month. There's a lot more too. First though, I have a very important question to ask you, and please think about your answer seriously. Doesn't it feel like there's something wrong? Doesn't the world of making money online seem a little off to you? You've probably been trying to make a little extra cash for a while now. Spent hours chained to the internet, chased all kinds of rabbits into all kinds of holes, and hardly any of it panned out, did it? If you made any profit at all, I'm betting it wasn't anywhere near what you were hoping for. So let me ask you again, doesn't it seem a little wrong to you? You see, all these guys on the web parading their success around, making it look so damned easy. But as soon as you try, it's a different ball game altogether. Maybe you're sick and tired of these lying bastard gurus trying to trick you out of your hard-earned cash. I apologize for the language, but these guys really do make me so angry. After all the frustration and disappointment, maybe you just want to find something that actually helps you make money instead of getting you into more debt. Well, there's good news. Whether you realize it or not, you're just a few minutes away from the brand spanking new, wickedly affected, automated solution that's able to lock into the hot cash zones on the internet and suck out a fat ongoing income. And it does it on complete autopilot, so you don't have to worry about anything. When I say anything, I mean it. You don't have to worry about traffic, paid advertising, designing sites, finding profitable offers, PPC, CPA, PPV, or any of the other annoying, difficult stuff you've probably been told to try. With this, you don't even need to think about stuff like that. You just push a few buttons. 7 to be exact. Cut a long story short, you're about to find out exactly how you can bypass all the misery and frustration and skip straight ahead to where the money comes in. Seriously, I'm going to personally hand you something that will get you there without all the blood, sweat and tears it usually takes. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Mike Harvey. You've never heard of me because until very recently I was just a regular guy, struggling to go it alone. I'd built up a mountain of debt and turned to the internet as a way to make a little extra cash. And a little really was all I wanted, just enough to clear my debts. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Instead of making money, I found all I was doing was spending it on all kinds of systems and programs, and they all promised to make me rich almost immediately. Well, guess what? They didn't. That's what. After a few months of that, I got a credit card bill and I realized I was even worse off than when I started. And to be honest, I was ready to quit. But then I heard that some big-time online marketing seminar was happening in the city I live in. The people on the forums were always saying that this business is all about contacts, so I decided to go. I burned my last credit card on the ticket. In fact, I was just desperate to maybe meet somebody who could actually help me, you know. But what I saw upset me, actually pissed me off. Pardon my language, but these guys make me really angry. You see, there was a big name guru there, one of the really famous guys, and I saw him pitching some flashy new software program on stage, and sure enough, when he walked off, he got swamped with orders. I literally watched him sell 50 grand's worth of stuff in about 10 minutes. Unbelievable, but then things got ugly. You see, later in the bar, I saw him sitting and drinking champagne with all his high roller buddies, really loading it up. Nothing wrong with that, but I could overhear him talking and I just couldn't believe what he was saying. He was holding up a DVD, boasting that the real software he used was on that disc. He said he'd never sell the real version to anybody because it made him over $1 million a year. In fact, he even called it the $1 million code, now that I think about it. And boy, I was so angry I was ready to come to blows with the guy. Turns out I didn't have to. As he and his idiot buddies staggered out of the bar, the guru fumbled his laptop bag and a disc fell out. The disc, and the moron didn't even notice. I immediately grabbed it, intending to give it back to him. But then I stopped for a second, realizing that I actually had it. The one thing I'd been looking for, the real deal about making money, not some made-up BS designed to make people look cool or help the rich get richer. So I kept it. I don't mind telling you, I raced home, didn't even finish my drink. The software was on the disc all right, the real software too, but there was a massive problem. It was designed to log into Mr. High and Mighty Guru's servers. If I fired it up, he'd know I had it and be able to shut it down. So I approached a programmer friend of mine and persuaded him, along with heavy bribery, to hack it for me. And he cracked it and made sure it was completely anonymous. When I started it up for the first time, everything changed for me. All the mystery, the big clouds of confusion, it all just fell away. I suddenly understood exactly what to do. And not because I'd found the secret or whatever. I understood because this rich bastard had made his software so friggin' smart you could build a massively profitable website in less than 5 minutes from just a few clicks of your mouse. It was nothing short of amazing. Within the first week, and I was still only messing around really, I started to make regular, consistent, spendable money. Midway through the second week, I was planning exactly what date I'd tell my boss to shove it. And by week 3, I was making so much money, I was able to calculate exactly when I'd have enough cash to finally clear those debts. Turns out I was wrong. I paid off my debts much faster. Pretty soon, I was able to regularly bank massive paydays like this. Yes, that's a real $12,228 in my account in just one day. Anyway, as the weeks and months went by, I started to realize how unfair it was. I was making great money, but I basically lucked into it. There were still plenty of people just like me struggling who would probably never get a break like I did. Truth be told, without this software, I'd still be broke. I honestly don't know the first thing about starting from scratch with this stuff, but I can click my mouse just fine, so it works perfectly for me. What happened next was that I made a massive decision. I wanted to release it to the public. But I couldn't because technically it wasn't mine. I'd stolen it or found it at the very least. So this time I approached my programmer buddy again and paid him big money to reverse engineer the whole thing from the ground up and keep his trap shut about it too. Finally, after months of tweaking, I'm making it available for the first time. But you know what? My version is even better because I had months of playing with the original. Very profitable months, but it still made me notice a few niggles. So let me ask you, if you were able to create a completely new stream of income in just 1 minute 47 seconds, how many would you spit out? 5? 10? 15? 15 a day? Well, that's the good news. This amazing software really will do all that and more. Of course, the other good news is that you don't need any skill or prior experience. It takes just a handful of mouse clicks, 7 to be exact, and the whole thing is done and fully set up to make you massive profits. Then you shout next and move on to the next income stream. This is what making money online is really about. Finding something that works, squeezing it as hard as you can, and then enjoying your life while it squirts money into your bank account on complete autopilot. And that's all it should ever be about. It really shouldn't be about endless struggles, shoveling buckets of money into other people's pockets and checking your ClickBank stats every 5 minutes just to see if they are still at zero. I've been there. I know what it's like, but I also know that's not how it should be. I'll tell you something else too. Making money, real, reliable money, isn't about spending hours researching niches or markets other people missed. It's not about wasting thousands of dollars on paid advertising only to get hundreds of dollars back. It's not about building massive, pointless lists, then wondering what to do with them. It's not even about promoting other people's products to your list. It's not about media buying, way too expensive unless you're an expert. It's not about CPA, paid traffic, or any other nonsense. And it's certainly not about learning how to code websites or anything else like that. I'm not kidding when I tell you all that either. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, and I've still been making money like this. What's really great about that money is that I'm able to make it while I do whatever I want with my life. I spend my time doing practically whatever I want, and whenever I want a pay rise, I just sit down for an hour or two, fire up the software, create a few more profit robots, that's what I call them, and then go about my business. Now, let me tell you something. If you've ever been frustrated or annoyed by your lack of progress with this online business stuff, you were right to be. Remember just now when I asked you if you had ever felt wrong to you? Well, it should feel wrong because it is. These people are deliberately holding you back so they can make more money out of you. They've got their feet planted squarely on your head and they're pushing you down as hard as they can. And right now, you're looking at an honest, legitimate method of fighting back. With this amazing software, you can finally stand up and get yours. Now, you'll be the one kicking ass. Think about that for a second. Really picture it. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow morning $100 richer than you are now. And then another 100 richer the day after. And the following day? Well, you'd be $150 richer than that day because you've been running the software over and over again, making more and more little profit robots. And do you know the best thing about these profit robots? Well, they're fully automated. Once they're done, in just 1:47, don't forget, they're done. And they stay done. No maintenance or any other time-consuming garbage. They don't eat, they don't sleep, and they don't ever stop. They just sit there making money 24/7, 365, and it all goes right into your pocket. And the more of them you create, the more cash you get. Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, here are a few of the other massive benefits. You can quickly and simply generate an income that's as big as you want it to be. You can increase that income whenever you want. You're only ever 1:47 away from a whole new independent income stream straight into your bank account. You can skip the complex, painful learning curve and get right to where the hot money-making action is. Believe me, nothing is more fun than taking days and weeks off and still getting paid for it. You can finally experience the lifestyle of a successful online business owner. All you need to make money is an internet connection and a laptop. You can travel the world living in hotels and still make an excellent living that grows every day. Wouldn't you like to experience that kind of lifestyle? The other thing I like is that it's all autopilot. So you take weeks and months off whenever you choose and you're still getting paid. I don't know about you, but that and clearing my debts were one of my main reasons for wanting to get out of the rat race. And I'm not embarrassed to admit this life is even better than I thought it would be. I'll be perfectly honest with you and tell you about my working day. And don't forget, you're just a minute or two from getting this for yourself. Usually, I'll wake up about 10:30 a.m., grab a quick coffee and then sit down in my office. Or who am I kidding? I don't even have an office. I just sit out on the back deck with my laptop and I'm there for an hour, tops. What do? Simple. I check to see how much money I made the previous day, which is usually between $6,000 and $10,000 at this point, but it's still growing all the time. Once I've done that and managed to wipe the smile from my face, I sit there and run the software over and over again for about 30 minutes. And in that time, I'm usually able to create between 12 and 14 new streams of income, which sounds great, I know, but do you know the best part? The best part is that these are income streams that run completely independently from each other and need no further input once the software finishes with them. And that's massive, because even if each one only makes me $10 a month, and don't worry, it's quite easy for just one of these things to make you hundreds a month, then adding 12 each day means my monthly income goes up by about $840 every week. That's like getting a $3,360 raise every month. So if in March you made $10,000, in April you'd make $13,360, and in May $16,720, and so on. And that's just from 13 minutes a day. Once you have this software, you can run it as many times as you like. Spend 8 hours a day doing it if you like. It's really your call. But anyway, that's literally it with my working day. I'm usually done by 11:30 a.m. and I have the rest of the day to myself. I don't mind telling you, there's nothing better than that feeling of freedom you have when your entire day is free and clear and you have a pocket full of cash. I get that feeling every day, and this is your chance to grab it for yourself. This really is the best way for you to get past all the anger and frustration you've been going through and build a real income with something that works. And not only does it work, I'll let you prove that it works before you even commit. Does that sound cool? Before we get into that though, there's a few other things you must know, and you're going to love this. I just know you are. You'll know how to inject massive jets of cash into your bank each and every month without fail with just 7 clicks of your mouse. And once you've done it, you don't need to do anything else to keep the cash rolling in. You'll know the big, massive secret behind owning a truly set and forget business. Most online business owners are slaves to their own websites and things, but this will show you the true meaning of set and forget. You'll finally see why affiliate marketing is really a massive time waste, because you'll get paid without relying on affiliate links or clickback or any of that garbage. You'll actually be able to make money your first day. Today even. This white hot package is so explosive you could be just minutes from seeing your first profits. You'll know how to maximize your income every time. Working online can be excruciating and filled with frustration, but with this in your corner, you'll cut out all the BS and be left with sheer profit. Finally, embrace new revolutionary methods of making money. The old-fashioned online business ideas rely on you flushing a ton of cash away or practically giving up on your free time. And this is so different, it will change your life almost overnight. Never waste time researching niches or keywords ever again. You probably know how time-consuming this can be, but you never need to worry about anything like that again. Get the confidence of knowing you're building a safe, secure income, an actual business, something that can be relied on and built upon, not a silly little trickle of income that relies on a shady loophole or whatever and quickly dries up. Now, all that sounds great, I know, but think about this for a second. You're about to find out the deep, dark secrets behind writing your own paychecks. This is your ticket to the crazy internet lifestyle you see so many people talking about. You want to make 10 grand a month? Fine, no problem. You want to make 50? That's also doable. Just need to run the software a few more times. You'll finally be able to live the dream of making money almost instantly. No more waiting around for something to finally click or for your site to miraculously get traffic or whatever. I mean, who really wants to work for a living when your computer can do it for you? None of the frustrating stuff matters anymore because this mega valuable software removes the need for any of it completely. Let me put it this way. Once this magic box has done its business, you've got nothing else to do. The rest is taken care of, every single bit of it. Traffic income, literally everything. It's all taken care of in those 7 clicks. It's quite literally a case of 7 clicks and you're done. Time to move on to the next one, and then the next one, and the next. Of course, I know you've probably been hurt by empty promises before, all those lying gurus mercilessly sucking up every penny you have. So right now, to prove that this is a simply unmissable wealth creator, here is what a few of my students had to say. I gave them access to an early beta copy, which quite frankly was nowhere near as efficient as this version, and they made out like bank robbers. Paul Richardson, a father of 2 from Columbus, Ohio, had this to say: "Your software, Mike, blew my mind. In just 7 clicks and 2 minutes, like you'd promised, I had launched my first income stream. But what really blew me away was that after just 48 hours, that one site had generated $177 in income. Wow! In the last week, I've put up another 30 of these cash sites, and I'm absolutely loving the results. Thank you." Samantha Lee, a 60-year-old divorced lady in Riverside, California, allowed me to share this with you. Mike, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You have no idea how much letting me use your software has done for my family and I. Just last week, I was able to use the income my 27 sites had made me the past month to fly my daughter and 3 lovely grandchildren over to see me. I hadn't seen them for 5 years. It meant the world. Thank you, Mike. This system really is amazing. And I'm now teaching my daughter how to do it too. She's a little faster than I am. Let's be straight with each other for a second. Making money almost instantly, like you're pulling it out of thin air, is great. But do you know what else I love? I love how brutally easy it is to multiply your efforts into gargantuan monthly recurring profits. The only limit is how many times you want to run the software. Let's say you're willing to spend 20 minutes a day doing it. Just 20 paltry minutes. And I mean 20 minutes, that's nothing, is it? But in that 20 minutes, you could easily get 10 new income streams set up and running. And like we agreed before, each one made you just $10 a month. You've just created yourself a $100 a month cash money windfall. Of course, if they made you just $20 a month, which is still easily doable, you'd suddenly have a $200 a month income. And all that comes from just 20 minutes effort on your first day, today even. Imagine how it will stack up as you move forward. That's the real beauty here. You really can control your income. Just spend a few minutes each day running the software, which takes just 7 mouse clicks each time, don't forget. And you can really do it for a few hours and really build up things fast. Totally your call. And don't worry, there's no secret cost or anything like that. This devastating software really is yours to do with as you please. Now, that's all very exciting, but I also have some very bad news. I can only make so many of these available. I want to make sure I can keep this wickedly effective software updated and working perfectly, so I'm only accepting a select few people. You've probably noticed the timer running at the bottom of the page. Once that hits 0, I'm slamming the door closed for good. this page will be ripped down and you'll never get access ever again. And you know, earlier I promised you I'd make sure this was completely zero risk for you, and I wasn't kidding. So let me ask you, wouldn't you prefer to try this out on my dime? That's what I'm offering you. Let me explain. I've arranged for you to get a completely risk-free trial, so you can see exactly how this bad boy works and make real money before you even have to commit to anything. Sound fair? If it does, hit that button right below this video. Now here's how it works. Click that button and you'll get your download right away. It should take you 5 minutes tops to get everything downloaded and set up. Then you're free to go. You can literally be putting this Monster Cash Creator to work 5 minutes from now, and that's exactly what I want you to do. Try it out, put it through its paces, see how much money you can make for 8 whole weeks. If you're unhappy for any reason in those 8 weeks, that's 56 whole days, let me know and I'll personally arrange an instant refund for you. No arguments. I was in your position before, so your satisfaction is the most important thing for me. If you're not happy, neither am I. So I'll give your cash back without question. As I said, that removes every ounce of risk for you. But I'd like to go one better and make you a massive promise, which means you could get $100 out of my own wallet too. I call this my 7x7 promise. Why? Because all you need to do is go ahead, accept your instant download right now, and then use the software once a day, 7 mouse clicks, every week for 56 days. 7 clicks, 7 times a week. That's why I've called it 7x7. This will take you less than 2 minutes a day, and if by the end of the 8 weeks you haven't generated a regular recurring income, I'll not only refund every penny you paid, but I'll also hand you a crisp $100 note of my own as an apology. You see, I'm that confident this amazing piece of technology will work for you. It works for me every day, and for dozens of my students too. There's no reason it won't work for you. So take advantage and hit that button now. And don't forget, as soon as the timer hits 0, you're out. So if you want in, you've got to move immediately. Now it's decision time. You've seen how much money this top secret software makes me each month. You've seen how much others are making. And you've seen how darn easy it is for the average person to start from scratch and get their own success with it. So now there are 2 options. Option 1, the one I recommend, is where you hit the button right there and download this now, today. From there, you could easily have your first profit streams ready to go within the next 8 or 9 minutes and start living the life you want. You wake up tomorrow already making massive progress towards the freedom you're looking for. No more struggling to pay bills, struggling to clear debts like I did, and no more wasting your time busting your ass for a boss that probably doesn't give a crap about you. That's option 1. And you need to seize it with both hands right now. The clock is ticking while you're watching me speak, so you really do need to move now. On the other hand, there's option 2, where you hesitate and miss out on this forever. And when you wake up tomorrow, nothing's changed. You've still got the same problems, same lack of cash, and the same excruciating frustration of knowing that you'll probably never get to be the person you want to be. You'll be forced to continue scrabbling around the internet in the vague hope you'll find something else like this. Well, I have a newsflash for you. You won't find anything else like this. It's completely unique. And if you don't snap it up now, you'll never get the chance again. This is it, your one and only chance to grab it now. So hit the button and get ready for your new life. Oh, and one last thing. even if you're super lazy with this and you only use it to make, say, $3,000 a month or so, that's still $36,000 a year. So you've paid a one-off $37 fee to make a very lazy 36 grand a year. That works out to a cost of $3.08 a month, or just 10 cents a day. Let me ask you, isn't it worth less than the price of a daily paper each day to bring home a very lazy, worst case scenario, $3,000 a month? Of course it is. So hit the button now and do it. You're almost out of time.